Welcome back, y'all, to Searching for Faith. If you're new here, I'm Tracy, and today we are going to be doing kind of like an overview of my Bible study method and the tools that I use. So let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I did want to quickly show you like an up close image of the journaling Bible that we're going to be doing as part of our giveaway. There's actually like several things we're going to be doing in our giveaway. So stay tuned for the video that I think will probably be posted the last Sunday in June is what I'm guessing is when this will be posted. Because I'm probably going to be, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna film like the setup and then I'll do the giveaway in that particular video. But we have a few things that we're gonna be doing in our giveaway. So stay tuned for the video that gives you all the info about the giveaway. But we are doing the giveaway because when I'm filming this, we're very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. So I wanted to do a really fun 1,000 subscriber giveaway and just bless you guys. So we have this brand new NIV. I did go with NIV for the translation just because I thought that was like a safe choice for the translation. I feel like most people are comfortable with NIV. Let me move this out of the way. But I did get this really beautiful, it is a hard cover, not a soft, but it is this really beautiful like light blue with these green leaves on the front. Beautiful blue color on the inside. It is supposed to be a lay flat Bible, and it is very similar in size. I think it's a slightly bigger than mine, but it's very similar in size to mine. If anything, I feel like it's called Comfort Print, so I feel like the print might be a little bit bolder in this one. But I feel like the amount of space that you have to write for the journaling Bible is very similar to my Bible. Has this really beautiful teal, I don't know if this is teal, like a very light, maybe minty green is the way it's coming across for me. I don't know what it looks like for you guys on the screen. But this is the Bible, brand new. We are going to be filming a setup for this Bible, and then this is going to be our giveaway. I actually have a poll on my channel right now that I'm gonna keep up for a while. So I think this is gonna be posted Sunday, like the last Sunday in May, I'm pretty sure, when you're seeing this video that I'm filming right now. So if you see this video, go and vote on the poll because we have 4 options. Basically like an inspiration for the setup, like what the theming inside of the Bible is going to be. So we have a butterfly, a cottagecore theme, which is going to be kind of like, you know, nature. Think like Aurora's cottage in the forest, spring flowers kind of theme. Then a tea time theme, and then a book lover theme. So those are the 4 options. So definitely go check out my poll on my community tab, vote for your favorite inspiration theme, and then stay tuned for probably the last Sunday in June when we will post the video on all the things that are gonna be in the giveaway, including our setup video for this journaling Bible. And it'll have all the information there for how to enter the giveaway, because I am just so incredibly thankful for all of you who have subscribed so far. This community of people that want to come along with me on this journey has just grown, and I'm just in awe of the amazing things God is doing, and just I'm so thankful for all of you. So I want to bless you and do this giveaway. So definitely stay tuned, but I want to give y'all a little bit up close view of this journaling Bible. I did post like a picture from like Amazon of what it looked like as an announcement on my community page, but I did want to kind of give you guys like a little up close look at it so you kind of have an idea, and then go vote on the community tab for the poll to tell me which theme you like. So we will move on to my Bible study method. Okay, so my Bible is a journaling Bible. It is this beautiful like leather cover. I did personalize it. If you haven't seen the setup video for this, then I will definitely link it below. But it is this really dark teal color. So in contrast to the Bible I just showed you, it is darker. I really love it. I think this color is absolutely beautiful. It kind of has this like star, gold star on the front. I don't know how well y'all can tell that. I love it. I love that it's leather and that it's flexible and that I'm hoping it'll grow with me. So I have this Bible, and basically I'm not doing a Bible in a year. Basically what I'm doing is I am doing 2 studies in the Bible at a time. I'm doing the Old Testament and the New. Right now I am in Psalms, and I am using the Psalms devotional, and I'm using my Spiral Bible to do my Psalms devotional. So the Spiral Bible comes in different sections. I think you can get the entire New Testament in the Spiral Bible, but the other parts you can also get, like this is the books of poetry, so Job through Song of Solomon, and then I think you can get like the Pentateuch. I think you can get the prophets. I can't remember. I'll try to show like right here, like a little image of what some of the options are. But I'm in they have the KJV, and then they have the Web, which is the World English Bible. It is a open source, free to all Bible. So this is volume 3. So I think it's like Pentateuch, history. So I think you can get the Pentateuch, which is, the first 5, the Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy is the Pentateuch. So you can get the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, and then you can get, I think, the history books, which would be, you know what? Duh, I've got it in the front right here. So I have a feeling, I think that's how the Spiral Bible is split up. So you get the Pentateuch, which is the first 5 books, and I think they have the history books, which is Joshua to Esther. And then you can get the poetry books, which is Job to Song of Solomon. And then I don't know if it's just the prophets or if they have major prophets and minor prophets like separated. I'm not sure about that. And then I'm pretty sure the whole New Testament is just in 1 volume. So that's how you can get the Spiral Bible. So I'm using the Spiral Bible. Right now I'm only on Psalm 20. I'll give y'all a little flip. I am using the Spiral Bible in conjunction with my Coffee and Bible Time Psalms devotional to read and take notes in the Psalms. I am using the same tools in both my Spiral Bible and my journaling Bible. Now, I do have a plan for after I finish in the Spiral Bible to use this as kind of like another resource to me, kind of like my own, like I have 2 study Bibles. I have the Apologetic Study Bible, and then I have an annotated Bible. I've been calling it the New Oxford Study Bible, but it's the New Oxford Annotated Bible. So I do have an annotated Bible and a study Bible, but what I was thinking was that once I finish all of these, once I finish Job through Ecclesiastes in my Spiral Bible, that this will essentially be my study Bible, if that makes any sense. Like this will be my notes that I have pulled from lots of sources on all of the poetry books. And then later on, I will probably study those books again, but in my journaling Bible, and use this as a resource and help me decide what to put in here, if that makes any sense. But I am really enjoying using this Spiral Bible. I know you're kind of like, well, why have the Spiral Bible? You have a journaling Bible, but there is so much richness in the Psalms, and I do enjoy having so much more space. I have a hard time writing small, so I can definitely write nice and big. Some pages I fill up more than others. As you can see, sometimes I have extra space left over where I didn't fill up everything. And then other times I'm like writing like literally every blank space that there is available. But then, like I said, other times I have some blank space. But I am really, really enjoying the Spiral Bible. So, and as being somebody who has ADHD and has a hard time sticking with the same thing, I feel like using two methods or two types of Bibles is really keeping it fresh and keeping me motivated, having two options. So I'm really enjoying it, and it's motivating me, and it's keeping me going. So, and then for what I'm doing in the New Testament is that I am going through Acts right now, but basically on Black Friday, so Thanksgiving, the Black Friday sale, I got all of How to Faith a Life's online Bible studies. And I know it's Acts, Ephesians, I think she has a Galatians, I think it's Acts, Ephesians, Romans, and Galatians. I think those are the ones that I purchased from her. She's probably gonna have more down the road, but I went ahead and got them, and I think they were like 60 or so. They were like really, really cheap. They were like very inexpensive. Definitely check out if you were considering doing any of her online Bible studies, then I definitely recommend getting them on Black Friday, because she had them very deeply discounted on Black Friday. So I will definitely be doing like a full flip through of my Acts notes when I finish Acts. We are on, I think we just started the second journey. Let me see. The third missionary journey, which is 1823 through 2116. So I just finished reading it. I think I watched the first video or the first like part of the video on 18 through 21. And yeah, so very close to finishing, because how many? So there's only, let's see, 28 chapters, and we are on 19 through 21. So I think I'm like 75% through. So when I finish the Acts study, I will then do the next one. Probably I'll just go in order, because I remember emailing her and say, does it matter what order you do them in? And she gave lots of like information about like certain studies, and like if you're in the mood for this, try this, or if you want this, do this. So I couldn't really decide, so I just decided to go in order, like through the Bible. So I'm starting with Acts, and then I'll do her Romans study, and then like I said, I think she has an Galatians and an Ephesians study, so I'll probably do Romans next, then Galatians, then Ephesians. It's probably like the order I'll do it in from How to Faith a Life. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I enjoy listening to her talk. They're actual video lessons, so it's not just like a more open-ended, like this is called a devotional and not a like it says Psalms devotional, but it is a Bible study too. But this one isn't really giving you information about the Bible studies, although at the end of that section it does give you a QR code where you can scan and read about that psalm. I actually, like, one of the things they recommend in here is the Enduring Word commentary, and I actually have had a pastor recommend that too, so that is the online commentary of choice that I've been using. I've been using the Enduring Word commentary online, but it's not really like a, where it tells you, like, it's really just the same thing. Like the first one, you are journaling, so it does ask you like prompts about the psalm. But on the other days, it's really just that you are reading the psalm, you're using your highlighting guide, you're meditating on it, and then you are writing a reflection, essentially. So it's a guide more than a study, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Whereas I feel like How to Faith a Life, like she's like really getting into the meat of it and going into like her own personal notes and things that she has learned. So you're really getting a lot of like meaty information about the book while you're reading it. So there are different Bible studies out there, and maybe, at a later date I can kind of dive in, because I also got, which you should be seeing before this video, I decided to post unboxings on it as a bonus video on a different day of the week. But I did get some Daily Grace Co. resources. So once I do Daily Grace Co. Bible studies, I'll be able to give you guys my review and my 2 cents on the type of Bible study and how in-depth it is. So there are different kinds. Like I said, this Psalms devotional from Coffee and Bible Time, I'm really enjoying, but it is more of a guide through Psalms. And then you're needing to use your own resources to really get into the meat of it. Okay, if that makes any sense. How to Faith a Life, in theory, you could just read it and then listen to her study and get so much wealth of information just from listening to her Bibles or watching her Bible studies. I usually listen to her Bible study and take my notes during her study, and then go in after and read my online commentary and read my Bible study, my study Bibles, and add more to my notes. But you could you could just listen to her study and get so much information. So I do highly recommend. I have a feeling if you're subscribed to my channel, you probably already know who Faith Womack is, but highly recommend her Bible studies. The richness of the information, so much context. She's just very good at what she does. And I'm getting so much. It's such a blessing. I'm getting so much from her. So highly recommend. I don't know if you watch other YouTube videos, Faith, but I just want you to know what a blessing you have been. And I thank God for you, and that I was able to find you when I did on YouTube, and that you were doing what you're doing. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys are already following Faith, and if you agree, if you feel like she's really been a blessing to so many of us on YouTube. So I am using her studies in my journaling Bible. So those are the 2 ways I'm using my 2 Bibles. I am using my Spiral Bible with my Psalms, Coffee and Bible Time Psalms devotional, and I am using the How to Faith a Life video Bible studies, specifically in Acts right now, to do my New Testament Acts study. Okay, so those are what I'm doing. I'm not doing a Bible through a year. I'm studying Psalms right now and Acts right now. I'm going to be in Psalms for a while. I'm just saying that. When I finish Acts, then I'll move on to the next one. When I finish How to Faith a Life's video Bible studies, I may do a Daily Grace Co. I may find another guide, or maybe I'll just dig in, because I think we'll be skipping 1st and 2nd Corinthians unless Faith Womack comes out with another study before then. So maybe I'll go back to 1st Corinthians and I'll just dig in and do it on my own without a guide. Because at that point, I'll have been back into the Word for a while, and I'll probably have a good handle on what my system is, what my method is, and I'll probably feel comfortable actually studying it myself without having somebody guiding me through it, if that makes any sense. So after sharing with you what I'm studying right now and what Bibles I'm using for that, I wanted to get into the resources. Okay, so in addition to my journaling Bible, I'm also using, which you should have seen a flip through of my Bible study notebook, but I am putting resources and things into this and then using this as trackers and things. But I am using this Bible study journal, Bible study notebook for notes. So in addition to what I write in my journaling Bible, I'm also writing notes in this notebook. Okay, so, and I will link below the flip through of this notebook, but this is literally just an art journal that I turned into a Bible study journal, and I'm really loving it. And like I said, basically anything that I want to say that I either can't fit in my journaling Bible, or it's just additional expository information or context that I want to just write out here, or maybe I'm not sure how I want to write it in my Bible yet, that sort of thing. So I'm writing additional notes in this notebook as well. So as far as resources, the additional tools that I'm using for note taking and study, I kind of already showed you guys, but I do have my Apologetics Study Bible. I'm really enjoying this one because you've heard me if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I do talk about apologetics quite a bit. And I feel like for anybody who is, I just realized that kind of like folded. I think that I have noticed that these big tabs are a little heavy for Bible paper. I have noticed that. These are, I think, Idyllic Grace Bible tabs, but you see how they're like curling? So they are kind of, I've only had this Bible for like 6 months, maybe a year. Might be a total year now, a full year now. But I haven't had it that long, and these are not holding up to the test of time. So they're just kind of heavy for Bible paper. But this is, I was trying to get to the, like, where's the title page? Okie dokie. Here we go. All right, so this is called the Apologetics Study Bible. It is a Christian Standard Bible. It's sold by Holman. I will link it below. But it's really a great resource. It has all these wonderful apologetics articles. If you're curious what apologetics is, it is basically the study of how to defend your faith. Okay, so it has lots of articles from apologetics in it, notes. If you're curious, at the front of the Bible, it actually goes into all the contributors that contributed to, so these are all the contributors that wrote introductions and notes in that particular Bible. And then it has all of these articles written by apologists. So just really, really great information. So it has a lot of contributors. So these are all of the apologists that have contributed to the notes in this Bible. So it has, some of the pages have tons and tons and tons of notes. It gives great context. It gives a apologetic kind of spin or point of view on the notes. So I've really, really been enjoying this as a resource, and I get lots of really good information. Like I said, as you can see, some of the pages you're getting like, you know, a third to a half. Some are you're getting less information. Let me flip to another section. Like, you know, some pages you're not getting anything at all, and they're just getting a little bit. Let's flip over to the New Testament. And like I said, so some you get more, some you get less. It just kind of depends. I'm just randomly flipping to pages so you can kind of see. So it's like here in 1 Corinthians, it's like almost half a page of notes. So really great information. So when I am reading in Acts or in Psalms, what I'm doing is after I read through it and I think about it, what I'm reading, I use my highlight guide from I'm only using the highlight guide in Psalms right now. I'm not using it in Acts. So let's focus on Psalms right now. So in Psalms, I am actually using a highlight guide because that's what's part of the Coffee and Bible Time Psalms devotional. So purple is God, His names, His attributes, His characteristics, His actions, His words. Yellow is important themes or words, repeated words especially. Red is evil, disobedience, enemy, sin. I don't really have a red, so I put pink in parentheses here. Green, righteousness and obedience, walking in God's ways. Blue, different emotions expressed throughout the Psalms. And circle any words you don't know and need to define. So this is the highlight guide that I'm using in my Psalms study. So I read through it first, and then I highlight, and I'll tell you in a second the pens and things that I'm using. And then after I read through it, and then I read through it again, highlighting, and then I go into, like, y'all already saw me do Psalms 20, but we will go back. So I'm here in Psalms 20, so I'll look. Okay, so Psalm 27, some take pride in chariots and others in horses. We take pride in the name of the Lord our God. So here 20 verse 7 says, David was confident of victory because he did not trust in the military might, but in the name of the Lord our God, since the name refers to the attributes. The object of David's faith was the person and works of Yahweh. The word translated take pride is literally keep in remembrance, make mention of, ponder. He built his confidence by meditating on the nature of God. And so I added some notes here. So I said, because in my Bible it says some trust in chariots, but here it says some take pride. So I circled trust and I wrote a note, take pride, in the CSB. Okay. And here I also added that David meditates on the nature of God. And then, let's see. And then I wrote that what the other definition is. So trust or take pride means literally keep in remembrance, make mention of, ponder. So I added that like definition, right? Okay, so I will read my study Bible and look at the notes, but I will also get out my New Oxford Annotated Bible. And I will look at that particular psalm and I will read through what the notes are. So like here, it always tells you like kind of like the overarching like theme of that particular psalm, prayer for the king's victory in battle. So I always kind of write that at the top of the psalm, a prayer for the king's victory in battle. And then I once again read through the notes. It says a hymn sharing vocabulary. Oh wait, no, this is 21, sorry. A communal prayer or petition for the king's success in military ventures, linked with the royal thanksgiving. And then I'll look at certain words. So let's see, I think it told me something about sanctuary in here. Help from the sanctuary, perhaps angelic forces from the heavenly sanctuary, battling on the side of the king. So here I wrote a note, I circled sanctuary, and here I wrote a note that says perhaps angelic forces from the heavenly sanctuary. And then like here it says, his anointed, the king. So I think I circled that too. Yeah, see, I circled anointed and wrote the note about king. And then the collapse of the defeated enemies, as the textual note indicates, it is uncertain if the king is the human monarch or is an epithet for God. Let's see. Collapse of defeated enemies, and I wrote king, human king or God. So I wrote a little note there. And then in addition to my study Bible, I also go onto my iPad and open the Enduring Word and kind of read through that and then add any additional notes about that as well. Okay, so and then if there's any words that I'm like, I want the definition of, I do have this Ultimate Bible Dictionary. So I will go and look up that word. So let's say we wanted to look up sanctuary. Sanctuary. Place set aside as sacred and holy, especially a place of worship, on sites where the patriarchs had erected altars. The people of Israel later built shrines and temples to commemorate their encounters with God. The tabernacle and the temple in Jerusalem were revered as sanctuaries. So I may look up that word, and then if I have space, I will write the definition of that word if I want to, or add something from it. So those are kind of my 4 things that I do. I look in both my Apologetic Study Bible, my New Oxford Annotated Bible. I may use my Bible dictionary to look up certain words, and then I will get on my iPad and look at the Enduring Word commentary, and then that's how I decide what notes to write. Now, as far as actual note taking, like what do I use to write notes, both in my actual journaling Bible, as well as, let's go to one that has lots of notes, as well as my Spiral Bible. So what do I use? Okay, like I said, I do highlight using the highlight guide in my Psalm study because I'm using the highlight guide from the actual Psalms devotional from Coffee and Bible Time. But when I start taking notes, I don't really have a rhyme or reason or like code for how I do notes, okay? Let me shift some things over and out of the way. Okay, so I do use the highlight guide, and I will kind of stick with like a similar color when I'm writing notes here. Now, in the journaling Bible, when I'm taking notes, there is no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, there's a little bit of reason to it, but it's really just, I don't want to overlap too much with my colors because I want it to be super obvious what note goes where, okay? So these two notes go with this blue section here. I have an arrow here and I have an arrow here, okay? And then this is purple and it goes with this purple note here. This is pink, it goes with this pink outlined note here. This is orange, and then I have an orange line going down the middle all the way over here. It goes with this note, okay? And then I just have some extra notes at the top and the bottom that are just like kind of about the passage as a whole. So the main thing is that I don't want my colors to overlap too much. I want whatever I do to be distinct enough and be separate enough. So like here I have green, purple, orange, and then I have blue right here. And on this side we have the blue, I have green, some more blue right here, pink, some more blue right here, and then green, and then orange, and then pink, and I have some purple down here. So it's more that I just want it to be very, very obvious what my note is paired with. That's the main goal. I just recently, I don't do this very often, but I did it on my notes. I never do this. What I hate to do is have a highlight line go over text. That is one thing that I try not to do, but I couldn't figure out how to get this note squeezed in. So I used a highlighter to go over this line up to here. I'm thinking it's obvious, but I try my best not to like write a note over here and then draw a line this way. What I prefer to do is, as you saw on that other page, like if I have a note in the middle, I will try to add something above or below. Sometimes I will squeeze notes in over here, like on the margin right here next to it. And I am super careful to make sure that it's readable because I have a couple of notes that are harder to read. So like here, I underline something and put an arrow right there and have a note in the margin right here. So it's harder sometimes, but I just try to make it work where I can. As you can see here, I have something highlighted here down to here and highlighted here down to here. And these lines are crisscrossing each other. If I have a note in the middle, kind of like what I did here, I will go down the middle margin, like the little section that you have in between the columns, and then over to a note. If that makes any sense. Like same thing here, like I had something here and I did a little arrow and then went down here. So I try to kind of use the space in between to draw my line up to wherever my note is, because I'm trying not to like draw lines like across my text as much as possible. I will say I really love my Bible so far and I'm really enjoying it. Part of me wishes I got a single column, but I feel like even if it was most of the single column Bibles I see, it's not like it's a single column here and then you have like all of this space. The single columns are still going to take up this amount of space. So you're still going to have words on the inside of the page that you want to get to a note over here. So I'm kind of back and forth about it, whether it matters that it's double or single column. But as far as like color coding that goes, I don't have a key. It really is just trying to make sure that I alternate my colors and try to make it as clear as possible where my note is going to, like what text is connected to what note, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm trying to do. I am not being overly artistic with my notes because I'm just not like I do love art because obviously you guys have seen my Bible art journaling shorts, and let me know in the comment section below if you would like me to do like a whole like Bible art journal method in real time, because I've really only been doing those like really fast to music on a short. So let me know if you guys would like to see a longer form video on my Bible art journaling. But this journal itself is not about art journaling. This is just notes. So I personally like it. I have ADHD, so like the chaoticness of it, which probably appears more chaotic to other people. Some people, this would probably drive them insane, but to me, it makes sense and it works. It may appear chaotic, but it works for me and I like it. Like it works for my brain. It's not gonna work for everybody, but I definitely like it. So that's how I am taking notes. Now, as far as tools that we're using, so in my actual journaling Bible, like on Bible paper, the tools that I'm using, and I've done a lot of pen tests. So what I'm using are the Mr. Pen dual tip highlighters. So by dual tip, it just means it has like this chiseled tip on one side and then a fine tip on the other side. So I'm using the Mr. Pen dual tip highlighters. I also have, and I will use them, I also have mild liners, and I will use my mild liners in my spiral Bible because that's not like, this is a mild liner, and because it's a thicker paper because of the spiral Bible, it's not causing an issue. There's no bleed through. It's fine. But I cannot use mild liner in this Bible because there will be an excessive amount of bleed through and shadow. Now, as you can see, there is shadow happening. Like this is like a good example right here. You're gonna see shadow. And if I bear down too hard, I will get a little bit of bleed through. But that's rare. I have to bear down super hard to get bleed through, but you are gonna see shadow. But it's Bible paper, so no matter what you do, you're gonna have shadow. So that's just something we have to deal with. But for highlighters in my journaling Bible, I am using my Mr. Pen dual tip highlighters. And then for some highlighting, I am also using my Marby Le Pen Flex markers. So it just means that it has kind of like a paint. Like, let me show you in the back of the Bible. We will do it right here. So it just means that it's kind of like has like a paint tip instead of like you could write with it if you wanted to, but I use it to kind of highlight or underline. So I'll show you with December, to either underline or actually highlight text. So I use this a lot in my journaling Bible. My Le Pens are amazing. And then I have fine tip ones. All right, so let me get out, since we're doing, let's pick a purple and a purple. So let's pretend this is the text that I'm wanting to highlight. So the Jeremiah and Lamentations, let's say I use this to underline, and then I'll go like this and do like a little arrow. And then I'll write my note here. This is a practice note for YouTube. So I'll write my note as long as I want, usually with my regular fine tip Marby Le Pen. And then I'll take my flex one, which is kind of more of a highlight, and I'll go over it like this. So it's a nice little box. And then sometimes if I'm like, this word is really important, I'll either underline the word with my darker Marvila pen, or let's say Lamentations was what was important, I might circle the word. And then we have R here. And if I want to add a little bit more definition so you know that it's an arrow, I might go over it like that as well. So that's what you can see here in my journaling Bible. So I'm using the flex marker to underline the text, and then using an arrow, and then I'm writing the note with an actual fine tip Marvila pen, and then I'm outlining it with the flex marker. So that's mostly what I do. Every once in a while, I will write a note with my fine tip La pen, and then go over it with my, so like this is green, and then go over it with my Mr. Pen highlighter. So like here, I don't have a flex La pen that isn't a true green. So I will highlight and then maybe underline it. Let's say, because I've got green in here. I've got two greens. I thought, where's the other green? I have a dark green, but I can't find it. There it is. Okay, so maybe I like, so here on Ephesus, I am highlighting it and then underlining it with this one. And then this is the one that I went over the text, even though I don't care for it very much. And over here to this note, I wrote my note with my fine tip Marvila pen, and then went over the highlight with my Mr. Pen. So as far as in my actual Bible, the only tools I'm using are dual tip Mr. Pen highlighters, fine tip Marvila pens, and flex Marvila pens. So those are the three tools that I'm using for all of my notes in my actual journaling Bible, like real Bible paper. So like, as you can see here, I actually used one of my highlighters, my Mr. Pen highlighters to highlight this entire text. I think it probably started here. And I highlighted this entire paragraph, and then I went in with my fine tip Marvila pen and underlined the important words inside of the highlighted text, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like my system. Like I said, in my spiral Bible, I'm kind of doing it similar, just on a bigger scale. I will circle words, I will use the arrows. I'm kind of wanting to, I do try to make the note match the color that I already highlighted the text using my highlighting guide, but very similar, just on a different scale. And like I said, I am comfortable using mild liners in my spiral Bible. I will also, if I am writing in black ink, which I do sometimes if I use a Marvy Flex pen and I don't feel like I have a good color, or I want to have two different colors inside, or for some reason I want to write in black. So like here, I wrote in black here and here and here. I have some I'm actually in love. I love just a good gel ink, and these Mr. Pen gel pens I absolutely love. They write so smoothly, and they have this like cushion right here that makes it easier to write for longer. I actually use this pen when I'm writing notes in my actual Bible study journal as well. But if I'm writing in black ink, I will write in the black ink and it doesn't bleed through. Once again, you're gonna see shadow, but that's just how it is. But if I'm writing in black ink, I have been using my Mr. Pen Mr. Pen gel pen. All of these materials will be linked below, to write on the Bible paper, as well as in my spiral Bible, which I don't use as much black ink, but right here. So like I said, some people may find my note-taking system a bit chaotic, but it works for me. It works for how my brain is, and I like it. And like I said, the main thing for me is that when I'm going back and reading these notes, let's say I'm in church and my pastor is in, Acts 13, and he's talking about a specific verse, like I want to be able to know, okay, this note goes here, this note goes here, this note goes here. I want to be able to like look at it and instantly know what note goes with what passage or what verse, if that makes sense. So that is kind of it. I haven't even looked at the times. I have no idea how long this video ended up taking, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if I didn't answer every question that you had, or if you have other questions, we can do a part 2 or maybe like a short where I try to answer. Definitely stay tuned for the flip through of my Acts study when I finish it. And every other Friday or so, we are posting flip throughs of 5 verses at a time of my notes and my Psalm study. I think right now we have, actually when you see this video, we may already have through 20. So we may have 4 flip throughs so far. But I do have a whole playlist for that. So I'll link that below as well. So go check out that playlist if you'd like to see the flip throughs and insights on my notes and my Psalm study. But we are definitely going to be in Psalms for a very long time. But probably in the next month or so, I'll be finishing Acts, and then I'll be doing a flip through of my Acts study. So definitely stay tuned for that as well. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me if this video ended up being longer. And I hope you guys are doing wonderful. And I hope it's definitely right in the middle of summer when this is, or right at the beginning of summer when this is getting posted. So I hope you have an amazing summer if you're in the US, and that you're able to reset and relax and refresh yourself in God and His Word. I've been very, very stressed with work, and I'm definitely ready for a break. When I'm filming this, I am literally, it's literally the Saturday before my last week of school with kids. So I am definitely, as a teacher, ready for summer and ready for a reset. So I appreciate your prayers, and let me know in the comment section if there's anything that I can do, or anything that you'd like me to pray for you for. I'm definitely thinking of you guys, and don't forget to go and vote in the poll to let me know how, what theming we should use for our giveaway Bible setup. And yeah, that's it, y'all. Okay, so if you love this particular video, if you love Bible study related content, definitely hit that like button. And if you would like to see more of it, we post Bible study related videos every Sunday at 3 p.m. So if you'd like to continue seeing those videos, then definitely hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified, because I post lots of bonus videos. Basically, the bonus videos are flip throughs, which are going to be like on Fridays. If I have any unboxings, I put all of this in the description of the channel. The unboxings, I think I'll be posting on Tuesdays. The podcast now, which is like hot topics, faith stories, that sort of thing, will be the first Monday of every month. So yeah, so here and there you'll get some bonus videos during the week, and I'll also post shorts as well. But you are guaranteed to get at 3 o'clock every Sunday, 3 o'clock Eastern time every Sunday, Bible study video from me. So definitely hit subscribe if you would like to follow along with me on this spiritual journey to discover my faith in our Christian God and learn who He is. I would love for you to follow along with me. Okay guys, I can't wait to see you in my next video. God bless. Don't forget, God has not forgotten you. We are in this together, and I'm here for you. And I'll see you in my next one. Okay guys, bye.